Today we have 3 more DRYFORCE bags from Ciro that I'm going to be showing you, so stay tuned for that. Welcome to Sikbaggers YouTube channel. I'm Steve, and like I said in the beginning of the video, we have 3 brand new bags here on the table from Ciro. Now this lineup is a little bit different for Ciro 3D, which I think is actually very cool. We've done a ton of videos in the past. We have a whole playlist of Ciro 3D videos that you can check out on our YouTube channel. Now Ciro 3D is highly known for their LED products, and like I said, if you've watched our videos in the past, we have done A to B installs on just about everything that they make. Absolutely love this stuff. So I was super excited to get a chance to actually use and review the first 2 dry bags that we did. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll throw a link up over here so you can check that out. You want to check that out. We got 2 of the DRYFORCE bags up there on the shelf, and we've got 3 other ones here today that I want to show you. So of course, with the DRYFORCE name, you're automatically going to assume it is a waterproof bag, and it is exactly that. In the last video, we torture tested those bags pretty hard, and everything in the bags was dry. So I was really stoked to get the other 3 bags that are in the lineup. And here at Sikbaggers, we install and actually give you our honest review on a lot of Harley-Davidson touring model parts. And with a lot of these bags that they offer, you don't absolutely have to have a Harley-Davidson to mount these. There is one, this big daddy right here, this cooler here, that's gonna be made for the Harley-Davidson touring luggage rack that goes on top of the tour pack. It's gonna be a quick release bag. But with the other bags that they sell, the 2 we've got up there and the 2 we've got here, these aren't absolutely just made for Harley-Davidson motorcycles. If you have any motorcycle or any kind of ATV, anything like that, and you want to keep your gear dry, this is the route to go. The R&D that Ciro's put into these bags is pretty amazing, just because I find all of the features that I liked on all of the other bags that may have been missing some of the features. They've taken all that good stuff and wrapped them up into their bags. So the most important thing that is what the material is made out of. This is an 840D nylon TPU. So this thing is super strong. The TPU is the waterproofing that you feel on the bags. If you get down here real close, you can see the texture in that TPU, and that's all of the nylon, the 840D nylon that's just interwoven into this. It just makes this thing strong. If you just had like a TPU case, it would just be real flimsy and rubbery. It's kind of like what you would find on a cell phone case. With the 840D nylon inside of there, it makes this thing super strong. And of course, following Ciro 3D's theme, you're gonna find these all in the black and outlined in the green. But to go on the outside of the bag, right here on the front, the Ciro 3D logo, which this is reflective. So if you have this on the back of your bike, on the back of your ATV, UTV, whatever you're putting this on, you've got that reflective logo on the back. Heavy duty stitched nylon straps that are sewn into these welded patches. To keep a waterproof bag actually waterproof, you'll see that it's doubled up. It's because this is stitched into like a patch, and then that patch is welded to the bag. So there's absolutely no holes going from the exterior to the interior of any of these bags. You'll see those welded patches on everything. You've got a large pocket on the front right here. I know when we're out riding and it's super hot, we've got the suntan lotion, we've got the chapstick, you know, with the SPF in it, all that good stuff you can pack in here. Backside, you got the same thing. I'm gonna unzip that and show you how far that goes down, almost all the way to the bottom of the bag. You can see my hand in there. That's a big pocket. Sides of the duffel, you do have the carry handle. So you got a handle here and a handle here, so it's easy to take off, pick up, and take in. It does come with a shoulder strap as well that you can attach right here. Throw this guy over your shoulder, head into wherever you're going. You got your dry gear with you. One of the coolest things I think about all of these bags, every one of these bags in this DRYFORCE series has the heavy duty nylon attachment hooks right here. You've got 2 in the front, and then of course you've got 2 in the rear. So even if you have this thing strapped down, you got 2 more anchor points. If you don't feel like you've got it strapped down safe enough with whatever you got wrapped over this, or the side latches that I'll show you in a second, you can actually strap this down more. So with a soft bag, you can actually make this flat after you pack it. You see I got it pretty flat right now. If you got those little black bungee cords or any kind of straps right here, put another bag on top of this. If you want to throw this on, throw it over, hook it to the other side. Now you've got bags that are stacked. And the soft bags even come with this hard bottom, which is pretty cool. The entire bag is just not soft and just flimsy, and it's going to shift and fold while when you got it on your bike. You got that extra grippy material right here on the bottom, and then plus that hard piece in the bottom. That's going to hold the shape of that bag a lot better once you get it strapped down and you start riding. On both sides of the bag, right underneath the handle, you've got this little buckle right here with a strap. It's an adjustable strap. This is basically kind of another anchor point too. So we're gonna undo these side buckles right here. So like I said, this is a roll top bag. So it's designed to Velcro this top. As you can see, it's Velcroed here. We're gonna roll that like that and put our straps over it. And like I said, these are adjustable on both sides. So you would just buckle it down and pull it down to whatever gear you may have in there. We're gonna open it up and you can hear that, that is just tough. So as you can see on the inside, look at that bright green. That bright green follows through the entire inside of the bag and just really lights it up. So I put my camera 8 foot up in the air so you can see down in this bag. But you see this extra little bag right here? Inside here, hopefully you can see that. That snaps into the inside. And after Mary and I saw it, we decided we were just gonna keep like our toiletries and stuff like that in there, which is very cool, but you can use it for whatever you want. Once you have it snapped back to the inside of the bag, that stays up against the side. One other thing I wanted to mention too is the YKK zippers. YKK zippers, if you do any research at all, you'll know that the YKK zippers are the best zippers on the market. So absolutely YKK zippers on all of the bags. Now we're gonna move over to one of the coolers. This is a smaller cooler in the 2 coolers that they do offer. This is basically just called the universal cooler. It can go on pretty much anything because just like the other bags, there's a lot of attachment points on the bag that's already included. It's got a double pull on it, which is pretty cool. So we're just gonna pull that open. I'm gonna show you the inside real quick. It does of course come with a carrying strap. We do have the reflective Ciro logo. So 2 fingers on this one, pull it open, get into the inside, follow once again by that neon green. So I get this lid open here, you can see the thickness of this insulation that runs through the whole inside of the bag. And to give you a rough idea of what size this is, just besides me standing here next to it, this will hold 32 12-ounce cans. 32 12-ounce cans. And this is the smaller cooler of the 2. So that's a pretty good size cooler. This doesn't have to be loaded up right off the bat with ice and drinks. You can actually use this because this is a waterproof cooler, still waterproof. So you can actually use this while you're traveling to put your stuff in. When you get to where you're going, you unload your stuff and then you can use it as a cooler. So it's kind of a 2-for-1. The coolers to me are kind of a no-brainer. So I just wanted to throw that side note out there that you can use this as luggage because it is waterproof. And then when you get there, then turn it into a cooler. So it does come with a strap just like the other ones. And down here you got a semi-rigid bottom, so it's a little bit tougher than the sidewalls. You can't really collapse this one because it does have the insulation in it. But let's face it, the bottom of your bags and your coolers is what takes the brunt of all your abuse. Same thing on the sides right here as the other bags. You got tie downs, so you can strap this down to something, and of course your 4 points front and rear. And now we get to my favorite part of the show today, and that is the waterproof big boy cooler. I wonder why Ciro didn't name this thing the big boy. I'm definitely calling it the big boy. Now this one is made to go on your Harley-Davidson luggage rack that goes on top of your tour pack. Now, when I bring the camera over here, I'm gonna show you this luggage rack. There's 2 different kinds of luggage racks on the market. There's that style right there, which this will absolutely quick disconnect to, or there's another one on the market called the Air Wing. On the Air Wing, it's a little bit different here in the back. It's got almost kind of a big flat chrome spot with a little wing on it. This luggage rack will not work on that Air Wing style. It'll only work on just your standard normal luggage rack that goes on the tour pack. So a couple of cool features on this one that's not on the other style bags, but this one also has all of the stuff that is on the other bags. Quickly go over them. Oversized handles out here, extra strap down points right here, front and rear heavy duty nylon attachment points. It's going to be on both sides. You got a zippered front on here. You got the reflective Ciro logo. So remember, all that stuff was on all of the bags. If you flip this around to the back side, you'll see a bungee cord area right here that's going to be cool for like water bottles and stuff like that. Of course, you want to put the reflective logo out away from you. So if you have riders or automobiles or whatever coming up behind you at night, that reflective logo is going to show up. The 840D nylon TPU, the double pull YKK heavy duty zippers, all of the good bits from all the other bags. But we also have a bungee corded area right here. But what makes this one super unique is the bottom. Like I said, this one is made for the HD luggage rack, and this is gonna be a quick disconnect. But also with this bag, you're gonna get this lift kit for your luggage rack. It's actually gonna raise your luggage rack up just a little bit to give you more clearance. You don't have to install the risers, but I highly suggest you do. We're gonna be installing it today, but it's gonna give you a little bit more clearance for the feet. So there's the impressive inside of this thing. That just goes along once again with the whole Ciro 3D theme of the black and the neon green, but I think that's a very cool color that they picked out for the inside of this. Insulated bottom, insulated walls, insulated lid, and insulated lip on the lid. We can mount this to the top of the tour pack, put all of our gear and stuff in it that we want to keep dry. Once we get there, we can unload that. And once we get it unloaded, we have a cooler. So like I said, 2 for 1 on that. Now, when it comes to the lift kit, this is pretty self-explanatory. You're gonna have 4 bolts that are holding your tour pack luggage rack on top of your tour pack. In this package, you're gonna have 4 feet. You're gonna have 4 new bolts, 4 washers, and 4 new rubber grommets that go on the tour pack. And then you'll put the 4 risers on and then put your 4 bolts that come in the package in there. Make sure that you add a little blue Loctite when you're putting these 4 bolts in. To save a little bit of time in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the camera and get this installed, and then I'll show it to you, and then I'll show you how to attach this bag to the top of that. So on this last one, I'll show you real quick. You just got the new bolt, you got a flat washer and a rubber washer. You're gonna put that through the tour pack. You're gonna have another rubber washer and your riser. You slide that in. Remember, your tour pack's in here. And then your foot on your luggage rack goes right here and tighten that down. So it's very important to leave the first 3 loose so you can get that last one in. If you cinch these down, you will not be able to slide this last foot in. Now you can see the little risers. It just basically lifted this rack up. So when we put this big cooler on here, we do have a little bit more room. So I'm gonna quickly go over the quick detach of this bag. On this side, you're gonna have these 2 little legs that kind of slide onto the bar. And on this side here, you're gonna have this like basically kind of pull rope that actually spring loaded and pulls these 2 clips open. So basically you're gonna slide it on this side, slide it over, and then let go of that, and it latches to the bar. Once you get that on, you're gonna slide that through around the bar and back up and latch it there as well, which I'll show you on the bike in just a second. Now, when you're setting these up to put them on the rack, if you look here, you got a little tab that you can flip up on both of these. They just flip up. Now these move in and out. You see these little holes right here. So we're gonna set this one just about centered. We're gonna clip that down. Same thing on this side. Look down in there and see where that hole is, clip it on. This side over here, these unscrew and these move around. Make sure they're pointing to the outside. So we're gonna move this one in just inside the foot right here. We're gonna go ahead and tighten that one down. Same thing on this side. You feel a little tooth groove that they fall in. So once you get them tightened down, you can see that they're kind of on the inside of the legs right there. So with the risers that we installed on the tour pack, you don't really have to worry about it. If you opt out and don't use the little lift kit that comes with this, the feet that are on the bottom of this, these guys right here, when you go to tilt this to slide it on, make sure that you're not hitting the foot on the top of your tour pack. With the risers, you don't have to worry about it. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is undo these side buckles, and you wanna go ahead and tuck those through just like that. It's hard to fit that big buckle through there, so just go ahead and drape that through for right now. You're gonna do that on both sides. So we're gonna take this bag at an angle. We can see down here that the feet need to go under that first bar. Now those 2 feet that we adjusted a while ago, they're actually hooked under the bar. Now on this side, it's very easy. We're just gonna pull this rope. Remember, that opens up those feet. We're gonna put this in place. We're gonna pull this up, slide it over, and lock it on. Now, since you have this already through there, you can go ahead and bring this up just like that and tighten it down. If you've got extra on both sides, we're gonna do the same thing over here. So not only are we attached to the luggage rack with the feet, but we have the additional straps on both sides too. So now I'm shaking the entire bike with just that right there. So that's what it looks like with it installed. Remember, you do have the attachment points here on the front and rear. So if you do want to attach something to the top of this cooler, you can. You can do it with all of the other bags as well. They have attachment points that you can use down or you can use up. The one thing that I want you to remember is that the more stuff that you pack on top of this and the heavier it gets, that makes the bike top heavy, and it is going to make the bike ride a little bit different. I wouldn't put a cooler on here and then stack another 50 pounds on top of it way up here above the rider. So now you're throwing off the whole geometry of the bike. So once again, we bought all 3 bags out here, and my absolute favorite part of the show, because it's like 100 degrees out here today, we are going to play with some water and this little pressure jet thing here that we got on the end of our hose. And I just got some stuff in the bags. I got a couple of blankets and those and a beach towel in the middle, just so we can see after we're done, after we pull everything out, and make sure nothing is wet on the inside, just to show that they're absolutely 100% waterproof. So I'm gonna speed this part up, but just to show you, that little guy right there, Man, if you're riding in heavier rain than that right there, you need to pull over anyway. So I'd be looking for some shelter. So that's pretty hard. And we can simulate, since we simulated like tornado-like conditions, I just went ahead, kicked it down, and we're gonna just simulate some normal rain. Which I really wish we had a little bit right now, because it is freaking hot. So I tried to get all of the zippers, you know, on the dry bags, the openings, of course, are going to be your weak point. So I blasted the Velcro area on that bag, all of the zippers to the main parts of the bag. Because remember, the outside pockets are just water resistant, not waterproof, but the insides are absolutely waterproof. So I'm just going to kill this. We're going to shake the water off. Real time, no cuts, no edits. So if I screw up saying something, well, that's just it. I'm gonna have to go over here and undo these and pull the blankets out in real time with no cuts, so you can see that everything inside there was dry. I'm gonna try to shake the water off because we don't want any residual water from the outside getting on our stuff, so we can actually see that it is waterproof. Shook it off pretty good. It's not completely shook off, so we may get a couple of drops from the bag itself, but after riding in a pretty heavy rainstorm, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to run into. Get in here right now. I put a cover to our fire pit over there, in there. Absolutely bone dry. No water on that thing whatsoever. And that was the roll top bag. So let's go over here and let's look at our, shake that water off. Let's look at our smaller cooler. See what it looks like inside. Make sure none of this water from out here gets in there. We got a blanket in here. That was the top of it right there. Absolutely bone dry. Down here inside the big boy, beach towel, bone dry, both sides, the whole thing bone dry. Like I said, if you're riding in anything harder than the way I just hit that with that little pressure washer tip, forget it. You take your bike home, get it underneath some shelter, get a gas station, overpass, something. But that right there, just simulating a miniature freaking hurricane, and everything in there is bone dry. So you seen it here first, folks. So that's pretty much it on the 3 new bags from Ciro. Over here, the 60-liter roll top bag, you got the universal cooler, and you got the big boy back here. That's what I call it. It's not what Ciro calls it. What I call it. You got the big boy that we're taking to Sturgis with us because we're just cool like that. But you got the quick release waterproof cooler that's back here. So maybe you want a big one, maybe you want a little bit smaller one, whichever. You got plenty of choices. Plus you got the other 2 that we reviewed in the last video, and I'll make sure you watch that one too. So if you're wanting to pick one of these out, maybe for a trip or maybe just to have for your next trip or something like that, click the link down in the description down below. It'll take you straight over to the Ciro website. Once you're over there, look at the entire DRYFORCE section that they have there. And with this DRYFORCE series, these guys are on point. They're all 100% waterproof, and you have options, so you can't really go wrong. Just pick out the one that you like, that's gonna suit you the best or work the best for you for the money, and get that one. Leave us a comment and let us know what you think about the DRYFORCE series bags. We absolutely love them. But I'm gonna get out of here and get myself back to work. I got a couple more things I gotta wrap up today. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze. Thanks for checking out the video. Don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe popping up over here. And don't forget to check out the rest of the channel because we have a ton of bagger related and soft tail videos on our channel. And to get you started, maybe you can check out this one or this one. I'm not really going to say anything else. You can just click one of those and take you over to another video.